We declared probably in the first year of the pandemic in 2020 that we would be a hybrid organisation. We weren't fully sure what that was going to mean. Again, this was all new for us.
I guess this shift into the whole person and how do we support the whole person, recognising that people don't leave their job when they go home. They've got other things on in their life. Can we get a better outcome for the individual? Can we get a better outcome for our customers, for the business through flexible working? We are willing to try things and be curious, and again it goes back to the foundation of culture that we have, which is a constructive culture, a supportive culture, a very humanistic, encouraging. So yeah, I was curious to see how it might all play out.
What we found in the second year of the pandemic was we put a lot more support around it. So we've got a hybrid playbook which sort of really outlines the guardrails for that. We've provided leadership support and tools and templates how to lead through a hybrid organisation. Our moments that matter are organisational moments where it's mandatory we expect our staff to turn up. We've been very clear and transparent, probably got about 15 moments. We intentionally decided it was never fit for us to be a fully remote organisation, but on the flip side we decided what was right for us was not to enshrine set days in the office. So we didn't have the extremes. What we had in the middle is these organisational moments that matter. So example, we have leadership labs 4 times a year. Expectation is our leaders organise their working life so they can attend these events. It's not optional, it's mandatory. Team meetings, twice yearly check-ins, those types of things, that sort of sets the ground rules. And then what we do is we encourage leaders to have adult-to-adult conversations. Flexibility is always going to look different for different groups. So we're sort of looking at flexibility being around where people might be working, the hours that they might be working, the mixture of when they're coming into the office and when they're doing solo work at home. We've been very conscious of, yes, majority of our work staff and knowledge workers have been historically operating in an office, but our front-facing staff, so whether they are out in our treatment plants, out at sites, at the coalface, our customer call centre, again, we're just trying to work through how can they actually make this work for them. So it might be more flexibility in choosing their shifts, or it might be some work might be able to be done at home, don't necessarily need to be done while they're in our treatment plants or our fields, virtual inspections, sort of those types of things. But again, grounding that in our leaders and our teams understanding their business and their best place with our guardrails to try and make that work for them.
As the CEO, you're always anxious about is it working or not. I mean, the things I focus on are outcomes. Are we delivering for our customers? Are we hitting our productivity targets? Are the projects being delivered? The customer service levels. What's the overall customer satisfaction and levels of trust? And all those things are really good.
Leaders recognising they need to be much more intentional, so you don't get that serendipitous, if I'm in the office, somebody else is in the office, I can walk up to their desk, I can have that conversation. So getting much more comfortable and being very careful and planning deliberately for these moments. What's the reason we need to come together? When is it better in person? What do you need to achieve? And working through that. I think the other thing leaders have to do is recognise that each employee is different, and so how we effectively lead one person might not be the same. It's not one size fits all.
One of the things about being with people is that of course you trust them, but you're also verifying what's the actual experience for everyone in the organisation when you're with them. It's a lot harder to manufacture that now and to have those moments. So that's still work in progress as well.
What we have found is by having our hybrid playbook, not only for our own staff but for prospective staff, they've got something they can touch and feel, it's tangible, as opposed to this is our intent and we intend to operate this way. It just gives them a little bit of certainty about how we operate.
There's been some really good upsides in the whole ecosystem that Yarra Valley Water works within. The collaboration that we have with our peer water utilities in Melbourne has gone up to another level. Because the office space is not fully utilised, we've taken the opportunity to ask some of our partner organisations in. So we outsource most of our civil maintenance, so a lot of the blue collar work, repairing water mains and sewer blockages and all of that sort of stuff is with one single contractor. We've actually got their control room and their office staff moving into our building, so the collaboration can go up